him going. Will kick this away to start us off. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Ball is handed off out of the shotgun. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Here's the 2nd down play. They'll feed the back again. That picks up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 39.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
That's solid run, good for 1st down yardage. They'll run it from the gun. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43. Are we going to see a repeat? Remember, last time these teams played, it got ugly.
Chris, that's one of those games you just hate to see in a rivalry game when it gets so one-sided. Hoping today to see this defense play much better.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Quick throw, the catch is made. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that 1st down.
The Yellow Jackets offense is on the move now. The shotgun handoff here.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Now it's 2nd down here. And the same runner's got it again. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent game. Moves the ball to the 33.
Chris, just by watching this guy all year, the defense better be very careful. Let this guy find that rhythm. I've seen him where he goes 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, and then it pops a big one. Right now, he looks like he's starting to gain some confidence here early in this game.
5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5.
Man, every single time this guy runs the option, you're kind of like holding your breath, wondering if he's going to break a tackle or get out in the open field and use his speed. He picks up some yards here, but let's see if this defense can keep putting pressure on him and not letting him get out into the open.
He's got some room. Can he get there? Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Solid debut for this offense. Wow, that is an impressive start, Kirk. In an emotional game like this, to be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the build-up and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Returner looking to create better field position. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there.
Georgia offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
important second down play coming up. Takes the ball and heads to the left. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made at the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Well, Kirky played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best in rivalry games are the teams that have the best leaders to keep them focused on the task at hand.
Looking to pass this time. And they heave it deep downfield. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Dogs.
Georgia.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
No problem with the PAT right down the middle. Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Set to kick off.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback.
Jackets will take over. 1st and 10.
And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there, trying to build on a beautiful, balanced touchdown drive last time they had it. Looking for the wideout. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the second half.
Offense getting set. It's second down. The offense with some pre-snap motion. They'll keep it on the ground with the counter play. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. So the counter play doesn't work. The defense in good position that time to make a play.
You know, on most of these counters, you leave the in man in line of scrimmage unblocked, and you try to pull those offensive linemen and kick him out. But if you have an aggressive defense, sometimes that can backfire, and the defense knew exactly what was coming there.
Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Well, this is why this guy's one of the top wide receivers in college football. It's third down. The defense knows you're probably going to go to him, and they still can't stop him from coming down with a big play.
Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Force out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. First down and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, it is tough to run the football inside this 5-yard line. Give all the credit to that defensive line, eating up those linemen, allowing the rest of the defense to fly to the football for that short loss.
Backed up to the 5-yard line now for second and goal. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Returner decides to field it. Tackled at the 12. But Roches, he left that one in the end zone. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Trying to create outside the pocket now. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
And I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that. That's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here, actually hit him as he's throwing this football.
Interesting play call here. Third and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. The Dogs will bring their punt team on the field now.
Number 15, on to kick it away.
Still going. It's a foot race. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. Should be the last play of the quarter coming up. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia Tech 14, Georgia 7.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter.
Check. Easy.
They'll hand it off. They make the stop to get the ball carrier down.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. And now they'll run it on the draw. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He'll call for the fair catch here. Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? He'll take a deep shot here. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big gain.
Man, that is a big play by this offense. Now they move the ball into the red zone. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you better be ready because the momentum that they've created, they're probably going to take a shot to the end zone right here.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. The tackle is made, but the offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8.
8-yard line. 1st and goal, Georgia.
Here we go, 1st and goal. A touchdown here gets him right back into this game. And the single back takes the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, when you're defending this offensive coordinator, you have to be ready for anything. This is not something I'd expect to see down in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
He moves the ball to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. And he'll set up to throw. Trying to extend the play. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Next to the score, Georgia Tech, 17, Georgia 14.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage.
Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Looking to build on this lead on this possession. Had to settle for 3 last time out. Keeping it on the ground here. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quick throw, testing the middle. And he pulls in the catch. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
If I'm this defense, you get these guys to 3rd down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
And the Yellow Jackets starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Scanning the field. It's Allen. Quick throw to the left. He pulls it in for a big gain. Good enough for 1st down yardage. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. The Yellow Jackets are looking to keep this drive going. He fires this throw and is intercepted. Can he take it all the way? Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. And the interception taken to the house, a pick 6, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Looks like the returner will try and field this one. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will take over. First and 10.
First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Makes a quick grab. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. A completion makes it second down. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. And he can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here. You draw it up perfectly. You think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
Chris, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I'll tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Georgia has moved into the red zone. Sticking with the running game. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
The Dogs trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Brought down at the 7. The completion moves him closer to the goal line.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Second down and goal upcoming. Up the middle.
But if you're going to run the football this close to the goal line, wouldn't you think you just turn it around and hand it to the tailback? Too many things can go wrong in this situation. I think they caught a break just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Some noise now trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
Boy, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. Comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's say they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in a hurry-up. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught quickly. Gets past the tackler into open space now. It's a fumble. 1st and 10 now for the offense. Looking to pass. It's Allen. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he lofts one deep over the middle. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the first quarter to establish the lead, the second quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker room.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. Looks like one more play here before halftime. Going with the old counter run here. And they get him down what will be the final play of this first half. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick this deep to begin the second half. Returner looking to make a play here. And the returner will be brought down. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? They get the second half started with a running play. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
And they pick up the first on the ground. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big third down. Know what you need to do. Get the first down. Continue to hold on to that lead. Continue to work clock. And get that much closer to securing a victory.
Georgia getting set for the 1st and 10 now. Off the RPO, caught to the right. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. Handoff from the shotgun. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down.
Good adjustment here by the defensive coordinator. Let's face it, it's been a tough game so far for this defense. They've given up a ton of yards and touchdowns through the air. This time they figured out a way to affect his timing, and they get the pressure to hit him before he can make another play.
Gets rid of it on the move. Receiver makes the catch. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down. Dogs come to the line in the hurry up. Trying for a fourth down completion. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds his man, has the first down. And that game will pick up a first down and move the football to the 36.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on fourth down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
And here's the handoff. In the clear at the 25. Touchdown, Georgia. And the beatdown continues. And momentum really building. Now, Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
And they tack on the extra point. Now they get set to kick it away.
Georgia Tech, 17.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage. They should have left the ball in the end zone. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. Play action here on first down. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
I personally love the aggressive approach here by this offensive coordinator. You got to take some chances. You got to create some matchups. But if you don't protect the quarterback, you have no chance.
That sack makes it second down and forever. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
Well, the defensive coordinator is accounting for everybody except the tight end. He couldn't have been any more wide open on that play. Nice gain downfield by the big man.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. So the scramble comes up short, and now this offense facing a fourth down play.
That's how you get after the quarterback. This is a great play by the defense of being able to affect the timing between the quarterback and the receiver. And, man, how about the hit at the end of the play? Man, he laid the hit stick on him there.
The offense couldn't convert on fourth down the last time in this situation. Let's see if they can this time. Looking downfield, it's Allen. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On fourth down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
And looking to throw now on first down. Fires it to the wideout. The QB throws his third pick of the day. Look out, he's got some space. Inside the 20. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Dogs. And a pick six, a monster play by this defense here, Kirk.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
49, Georgia Tech, 17.
Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage. They should have left the ball in the end zone.
Yellow Jackets will take over. First and 10.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick six in the last possession. Single back, takes the handoff. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. Tell you what, They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed. But what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
Physical running, fights off the defender. He'll go down, but that stiff arm earned him first down yardage.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Snags the quick throw. Gets some space around the 30. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right
here. Offense getting set. Second down play here. He'll hand it off. And the freshman brings him down quickly.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. You've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Crucial play. Down double digits in the second half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Scanning the field. It's Allen. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop.
I really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on 4th down. Looked to be there. They just weren't able to complete it.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this 3rd quarter?
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Georgia 49, Georgia Tech 17.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Delivers quickly to the left side and is intercepted. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Defense got a big 4th down stop in the last possession. Let's see what happens. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
And it's complete downfield. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Love this never-say-die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
Georgia 49. Georgia Tech 24.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
It's a solid run. Gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. And he lofts it toward the sideline. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
Tech offense is back out there. Dropping back. It's Allen. He's moving out of the pocket. He's looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 45. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And this pass is on target, caught. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. And the Yellow Jackets hustle to the line to run the hurry up. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down. And the drive has reached the all-important red zone. Working tight windows. It's Allen. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Tight end makes the grab. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal. The Yellow Jackets looking to punch it in here. It's first and goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And he'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Look at the blazing speed for that quarterback. Look, if you're a defense trying to stop this guy, good luck.
Well, Chris, you remember this week we talked with the offensive coordinator. He talked a lot about how they have run plays on the call sheet specifically for this guy to be able to get loose and make plays. We saw that exactly on this score right here.
Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Defense not fooled at all there. Nice job of stepping up and stopping that two-point conversion.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And of course they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. And Now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
They'll ride the back again here. Breaks the tackle, gets into the clear. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11.
Boy, what a run by this running back, and most of those yards are after contact. The defense thought they had him wrapped up, but it was just arm tackles, and he kept his legs pumping, and he ends up exploding downfield for a big gain.
The Bulldogs looking to cash in the red zone. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Send the back in motion. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete. So here we go. 3rd down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And the Bulldogs will come to the line here, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The offense already has one 4th down conversion. Can they do it for a 2nd time? And the quarterback dropping back. He's moving out of the pocket now. On the run here. Lets it go. And they can't complete it. It's a turnover on downs. Defense stepping up there.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. On 1st down, it's play action. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. Oh, and he can't quite hang on. Almost the 4th interception he's thrown today. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play.
He'll be sacked back at the 2-yard line.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Backed up at the 1. He's going to throw it. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. And he goes down after a huge gain. This offense is clicking now. Looking downfield. It's Allen. Tries the right with a quick throw. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
Makes a quick catch. A quick juke to get free. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. Looking to throw it on first down. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. It's picked off again, the fourth for this QB today. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it go. He's got his man in the open field. Torque out of bounds, but it's another big gain. This offense producing chunk plays through the air.
Chris, I'm kind of surprised they're still taking shots downfield. They got a big lead. We're in the fourth quarter. Run the ball. Get out of Dodge. Keep everybody healthy.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. Let's be honest, all wins are not equal. You go in there and hammer your rival. Get bragging rights. That's sweet, man.
Yeah, this one is a little bit different. I mean, this is a game you anticipate, you look forward to the entire offseason. You're thinking about it. Now you get a big win against your rival. You're riding that high much longer than your standard win.
And that is going to wrap it up.